it's hard to believe that I'm at the site of the source of the worst nuclear fallout in mainland US history. Because I'm not. That's at the Sedan crater at the Nevada test site, which is miles away, and f***ing dangerous. Hello everyone, it is your vaguely person-shaped thing M here, and welcome back to the Mth Degree. Now it goes without saying, nuclear testing is kind of dangerous. It's so dangerous that we haven't done it as a country in 33 years. In fact, just within the past day, the Nevada State Legislature passed an Assembly Joint Resolution upholding the moratorium on nuclear testing in Nevada. Now, Nevada has historically been ground zero, pun very much intended, for nuclear testing in the United States, and the Nevada test site was active as a nuclear testing site from 1951 until 1992. That last test, by the way, was codenamed Divider. There have been some extraordinary tests that have taken place in Nevada, most notably being the tests during Operation Upshot Knothole, which included the test of the very infamous M65 atomic cannon. Back to the Sedan crater. As stated, the worst nuclear fallout from any testing that the United States did on mainland soil occurred at that very spot. And the reason I'm specifying mainland United States is to differentiate from the fallout, both figuratively and literally, from Operation Castle, and specifically the test of Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo was a fusion bomb that was tested at Bikini Atoll in 1954 and was one of the worst screw-ups of United States nuclear testing. Now, Castle Bravo was only expected to yield about 5 megatons worth of a blast, but there was a miscalculation and the team underestimated how much of the material was actually going to fuse, and therefore, instead of 5 megatons, Castle Bravo actually ended up yielding 15 megatons, a 300% increase. Meanwhile, back in Nevada, the Sedan crater is so named because the bomb that was detonated in that spot was named Storax Sedan. Storax Sedan was a thermonuclear bomb that was detonated in an underground test on July 6, 1962 in the northern area of the Nevada test site. This was part of a series of tests that made up Operation Plowshare, and as you can kind of determine by the name, it was literally nuclear bombs being used to dig holes in the ground. I'm not joking. Sedan was placed at a depth of approximately 636 feet, which is almost as deep as the Gateway Arch in St. Louis is tall. The resulting blast from this underground explosion yielded the equivalent of about 104 kilotons of TNT, or roughly 4 times the size of the atomic bomb Fat Man, which almost completely leveled the city of Nagasaki, Japan. This explosion also left a crater almost a quarter of a mile in diameter and 330 feet deep. 2 large plumes of radioactive material were ejected into the sky from this explosion to 3 kilometers and 5 kilometers high, respectively. This fallout stretched for a long time. It got picked up by the winds and was detected as far east as Fulton County, Illinois, almost an hour west of my hometown of Springfield. It took a full 7 months for radiation levels to drop to where somebody could walk through the bottom of the crater without any protective gear on. Sedan Crater was put on the Register of Historic Places in 1994 and is now a tourist attraction that you can actually tour. Not so fun fact, if anything about this topic can be considered fun, this actually almost ended up leading to an international incident between the United States and Sudan. In 2005, U.S. Representative Ellen Tauscher, a Democrat from California, was giving a speech in a congressional session about the dangers of nuclear testing and the fallout because of it, and used Storax Sedan as an example. However, when the speech was later transcribed into the congressional record, it was accidentally transcribed as Sudan instead of Sedan. This led to the Sudanese government opening a whole bunch of investigations, though nothing ever came of them. So that is the story of the worst nuclear fallout on American mainland soil in nuclear testing history. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.